Hello, I am General James William Denver. I was born on October the 23rd, 1817, in Virginia, and moved to Ohio at 13 with my parents to settle near Wilmington. In 1841, I taught school in Missouri, and by 1844, I graduated from law school in Cincinnati and was admitted to the bar and practiced law near Xenia, Ohio. In 1847, during the Mexican American War, I recruited a company for the 12th U.S. Volunteer Infantry and was commissioned a captain, serving under the great General Winfield Scott. After the war, I traveled to California in 1850, where I became interested in public affairs, what you all might call politics. By 1852, I had quickly become a state senator. In 1852, newspaper editor and ex Congressman Edward Gilbert wrote a nasty, scathing article that charged me with negligence and gross mismanagement in an expedition to aid destituted immigrants. After serious claims, Gilbert eventually challenged me to a duel to settle our disagreement. During the duel, Gilbert fired once and missed me. I fired into the ground like a true gentleman, not intending to fight. But meanwhile, Mr. Gilbert reloaded and fired again, only to miss me again. I was going to have not any more of this, so I reloaded and fired. The bullet struck Mr. Gilbert, and he died shortly thereafter. By the following year, I was appointed Secretary of State of California. In 1854, I was elected to the United States Congress as a representative from California, serving from 1855 to 1857. On April 17, 1857, President James Buchanan appointed me Commissioner of Indian Affairs. By June 1857, I was appointed by Buchanan as Secretary of the Kansas Territory. In December of that year, I was appointed as Territorial Governor. As you can tell, 1857 was a big year for me. I found true love when I married my sweetheart, Louise Rombach, just prior in 1856. While I was still serving as territorial governor, land surveyors began to plat out the town of Denver City, which was intended to be the county seat. Can you believe they chose the name Denver to honor me? I was reappointed Commissioner of Indian Affairs that same year, serving until my resignation in March 1859. A few months after the start of the Civil War in early 1861, President Abraham Lincoln himself commissioned me a brigadier general in the Volunteer Army. In November of 1861, I reported to Fort Scott in Kansas, and in December assumed command of all federal troops in Kansas. I saw numerous battles and served alongside Major General William Tecumseh Sherman and Major General Ulysses Simpson Grant. I submitted my resignation from the Union Army on March the 5th, 1863. It was time to focus my life elsewhere. After the war, I practiced law in Washington, D.C. and in Wilmington, Ohio. My family lived in Rombach Place while residing in Wilmington. I served as a delegate to the Democrat National Convention in 1876, 1880, and in 1884. I was flattered and honored to be mentioned as a Democratic presidential nominee in 1876 and 1884, although my name was never formally nominated. I passed on from this life on August the 9th, 1892, due to poor kidney health. I ensured my family legacy would live on by installing the Denver Family Obelisk, and I am proud to say it is the tallest in Sugar Grove Cemetery.